Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today is part 2. We are going to wrap up our Sno-Tek Ariens build. Now I just want to correct myself from the first video. This is a 136cc engine. My apologies. Nonetheless, everything I still said in that video holds true to this machine. If it comes up for a really good deal and you are without a snowblower, if it comes out for a reasonable price and you're limited on storage space, this machine is for you without a doubt. So whether you own this machine or you're going to acquire this machine, the one thing you want to do, no matter what, if you want to modify the impeller and do a few things here and there, you should service this machine. You're supposed to change your oil every 25 hours or every season, depending what comes first. Now me, personally, because I use my machines in a professional atmosphere, I change my oil after every major storm. If my machines are running 8 hours plus, they're getting their oil changed as soon as they get home because it's already nice and hot. Nonetheless, oil that I choose, oil that I prefer, the oil that you should choose is Royal Purple Synthetic Oil. Okay? It's the molecular composition here likes to grab to the cylinder walls and actually work its way into the molecular composition of the engine. So it's really, really cool. Make a long story short, my buddy was using this on his motorcycle. He lost his drain plug and the motorcycle wasn't worth it to tow it back home. He drove home about 20-30 minutes, no drain plug, no oil, made it home, got a new drain plug, filled it up with oil, and he is still riding it to this day. So, ever since I heard that, guess what? I switched. And you should too. Now, the owner's manual, right, because I told you I bought this with the owner's manual, is pretty much useless, right? It doesn't say how much oil to put in there. It just says what type and our spark plug gap. Now, I'm not going to gap the spark plug because this thing runs beautifully, and if yours does, then really I wouldn't touch it either. But if you want to, then by all means go for it. It's right here. And, oh, I forgot to look it up. I should have memorized that. Let's see. Our handy dandy owner's manual with the engine. Alright, let's see what it says. Spark plug gap is. Stopping the engine. There we go, right here. 0.27 to 0.030. Like I said, this thing runs as just as good as it looks. I am just going to fine tune it. So, remember, oil, just like a car, needs to get hot. So the hotter it is, the easier it flows out. So I already had this machine running for 10 minutes as I get my Snow Commander ready. Supposed to be selling 2 tomorrow. So I kind of pushed that one into service instead of grabbing one out of storage. So, nonetheless, things are running for about 10 minutes. Here is your oil cap, and here is your drain. So let me put this in a different area, and we'll start draining oil, and we'll go from there. I'm going to start with 16 quarts of oil. I'm thinking it's 20, but I can't find anything in the owner's manual. So, we will experiment. Give me a minute. Okay, so here is our drain plug right here. That is a 10 millimeter. It's in a really crappy spot, I'll be honest with you. So, it might be a little messy. I'm going to try something different. Usually I just stick the tire in my pan and I get oil on the tire and it's okay. But we're going to try something different. I'm going to try a flexible, I don't know, probably won't work. But you'll never know if we never try. So dipstick out so it kind of breaks the flow. So you have open flow and righty tighty lefty loosey. You need this loose. It's going to be, this ain't going to work. Let's see if we tilt this on an angle. That may work. Let gravity take its course. If not, then we're just going to have a little bit of a mess. That is life. Is it working? It's going to be very slow, but it's working. Now, can you guys see that? It's coming in. You know, when I came across this funnel, I'm like, what a gimmick, what a POS, but you know what? I used it once and I'm already happy with it. I paid for it. So what the heck? Why did I buy this? But here we go. I don't like designs like this. I don't understand why they put dipstick so short to the goddamn block. A lot of snowblowers, they have the dipstick that shoots out the back. Past that is the best location, but I'm not saying this is not a new design. For probably 50 plus years, you'll get some snowblower engines where it's right on the side and in the way. I've even had snowblower engines where the dipstick, the drain plug tube is out the back, but it's not long enough. So you have to wrench it off painfully instead of putting a socket on there and tilt the machine all the way back. But this is why my garage is gapped like this. You guys see it'll make a mess. That's where the oil comes out. Alright, so we are done. Looks like most of it is out. Nice healthy amount. We'll put this back in. You guys know I'm a big fan of anti-seize. I don't feel that's necessary to put that on your drain plug because the oil will lubricate it. And you're definitely going to be changing this every year. So, no need for it to, no need for it to freeze up. This on the side. Okay, clean up our dipstick tube. Put that in here. And now we will get this to level ground. Is the paint cup from Home Depot. And this one's actually dirt inside? No dirt. So the paint cup reads in ounces, and we're going to start at 16. This is the number. Just gonna clean out my tube real quick. Okay. Stick it in there like so. And here comes the oil. Some royal purple goodness. For some reason, I think 16 is not going to be enough, but it is easier to add than it is to overfill. And sometimes on the dipstick it'll say, but this one does not. It just has your indicator for filling. We're going to shut the machine off, and I'm just going to pull this a couple of times to work the oil in. Okay? Pull the dipstick. Check it. Let's see where we're at. We're at 16. Okay, we're a little short. We're in the add mark. We're not in the fill mark. So, let's get this out. Let's put this here. Okay, we're definitely going to be at the 4 ounce mark. So let's do another 4 into the cup. good. Now with the 4 ounces, we're going to be at 20. Okay, now I'm comfortable starting the machine. Because remember, if your engine's low on oil, that rod is going to make an appearance. Some machines it will, some machines it won't. Tecumseh's. LCT bought the rights to Tecumseh. Tecumseh's, the engine oil is low, not by a lot, kablooey. Alright, so let's fire this up. Let's check it. That's all you need. Dipstick out. And where are we at now? I know there's still some oil in the can, but let's see. Okay. We're low. Still low. And I guess it's just the oil sitting in the fill cup. I'm just going to put another 4 ounces in there. Probably have an ounce sitting in the cup. For me to hold this cup till it all drains out, it's pointless. Because I do a lot of snow blowers, that cup will just sit there. It will all creep down to the bottom of the cup again, and then the next oil change I get. You use it. Okay, so where are we at now? This can't be. That's a lot of oil. A lot of oil for a little engine. Alright, 24. That is a lot. See, I have a little bit in there, but this is 24 now. Well, it's a Tecumseh. This is like 8 horsepower territory. Remember, I'm threading the dipstick in to check it. Okay. We are full. And that is at 24. I would start at 20. Okay. Check again. Yeah, we're full. I would start at 20. Double check. And work your way up. We are good. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to air up the tires. These call for 20 psi, so let's keep it at that. That's 20. I'll give this machine a good wipe down too as well. I'm not going to take it to the other side, but I'm going to do the other side. Don't overinflate these tires, you're asking for trouble. In general. Alright, so the tires are inflated. Now we're going to grease the machine. Remember, we have the 2 grease fittings in here. Alright, so you're going to hook up your grease gun to the fitting. This one's out of grease. You're going to see grease come out. Let's rotate this. Have it better here. During the fitting. So, this thing's out of grease, but you're going to see grease come out of the sides of the shear pin. Once you see grease come out of there, you are good to go. Next, we're going to check our skid shoe height. Actually, his skid shoes are set perfectly. You could actually see some sky, some light underneath. Right, we are good to go. If there's any debris in here, like this guy must have hit a bag of some sort, cut that out. Okay? So what happens is, there is a seal inside this auger transmission. Right? That's how you keep see that? Okay, so that's good, because what happens is heat builds up and it's going to wear that seal out, and then you're going to have an unnecessary oil leak. We're going to put the snowblower in its service position now. Right? You want to put something up here. Turn the chute sideways, like so. We are here. So the reason why we do this is one, I want to pull these tires off. And they're already frozen. Now the reason why I want to do that, right, is if these wheels ever get frozen on here, and I need to get to the machine, I'm going to be in for a bad day. That's an 11 millimeter or 7/16. And then also, while we're here, what are these? These are 3/8. We'll pull the belly pan cover over too, and we'll see what's going on inside there. Now, as you guys know, I sent my Milwaukee ratchet in for repair, so I kind of feel naked without it. Because technically, if I had this already, I would have been done by now. But that is life. So I'm kind of just... Tidy, lefty loosey. Just working this out. See, it comes right in. I don't know if you guys can see that. Take that out. See, that shape comes right off. Beautiful. Perfect. We're going to do the other side too. I'm just rigging the wheel back and putting pressure. It comes right out. But this is a little dry. Alright. Get the wheels off. And then we will take off the actually no, I'm gonna use my gun. Alright, so you got 4 bolts. 1, 2, and the same 2 on the other side. Just take those out. I'm using my M12 3/8. I know it's overkill, but we have to work with what we have until my beloved ratchet. Oh, and 2 more. Actually, there's 3. I'm going to take off the belly pan cover. I'll show you. It's like a trick. I've never had to take one of these off. I just figured I'd get to show you what it's all about underneath. It's in the way. That is in the way. Let's leave it this far. Okay. I really don't feel like we're moving. Okay, so this is the inside of a snowblower. Remember, there's a transmission, a plastic gear. There really isn't much to service here, but our main concern is these ends right here. So let me go get my die grinder. I like to polish these, and we'll get this thing going. So it's pretty simple, right? Die grinder with a wire wheel. You don't have to. It's that simple. That's it. Now, just like to take some grease, right? And we will rub it all over the shaft, right? Each wheel. And that is it. We are done. But while we're here, right, just wipe off all the dirt. Now this we're going to power wash underneath. Call it a day. Actually, you know what? I see this little rust here. I'll be a nice guy, even though I already have this solved. I'll take that plastic is. Transmission is plastic. But that is life. I will put this back together. Alright, so let's wrestle this cover back on. Remember, we have to bend it to get it in. So we're going to have to bend it to get it back out, to get it out. Now we're going to, unfortunately, have to undo those bends and get it back in. Not too shabby. Now what I like to do, right, your machine, well, you know you're going to see this machine in the future, right? We're going to take our 6 bolts, like so. And I'm going to use this stuff called anti-seize, right? This will stop rust. See that? If you don't invest in anti-seize, something, anything, a squirt of oil, whatever you have, something is better than putting it in bone dry. Right? Think of it as, you know, things you like to do with the opposite sex or whatever. You just don't go sticking things in there like an animal, or else you're gonna run into some issues. So you definitely want to lube it up. Get everything wet. So we're doing one side now, and do the other side. And this is a little tricky, per se, because I have to bend that tail back in. And it's not behaving the way it should be. Now the other thing about anti-seize, you have to be careful when you use it, because that stuff goes everywhere, and it's a pain in the ass to get out. So just keep that in mind. This has to go. That's right, the cover has to go underneath the housing. That's going to be a pain to do. Go on, girl. Come on, girl. Alright, are we in? Yes, we are in. This is slotted. This is not. Alright, let's try this over. 2. Actually, let me get some spray paint, because while we work, paint can dry. So anyway, if you buy and sell, right, and you happen to just, go through the entire machine, and they catch that you spray painted it, say, hey man, you painted this machine. I mean, I haven't been caught, yes, once, yet, but if they do, you know what you say? Because it is the truth. Right? Bare metal equals rust. When do you use a snowblower? In wet weather conditions. So, when you do technically a tune-up on a snowblower, right, you should be taking away the rust. You can't fault you for that. And then you say, you know what? That enhances the value of the machine, because then you know the machine's been well taken care of. Because ain't nobody painting machines. Ain't nobody out there. You know, there'll probably be a repair shop that will do it, but there's going to be a nice little fee attached to that. So anyway, let's see. Oh, it's like a little grease cap, I guess. So I'll put this back in here. It's going to slide nice and nice. I'm going to line up these holes again. Put some grease on here too. I'm going to drop the pin in. Like so. And we're just going to start this. This is actually a shear pin. Now I guess because this is a transmission, they're afraid that the transmission, the internals I guess will snap. So they put a shear pin to protect it. I have never seen that before. An Ariens with a blown transmission. If you guys know the Craftsman machines, the MTV machines that they've been making for about 15 years, give or take, those I have seen blown transmissions. But they're, actually, if you guys watch my videos, because they're a frequent flyer here, they're nutted into an axle shaft. So there is no, I guess you could say, safety. Everything is hardwired in. There you go. Nice and tight. The same thing, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. Show you what kind of do so we get a nice good grip on the threads. The machine. That's it. We are done. Right? See that? Can you see the threads? That's how much you want to tighten it. I just made it, I got to the end and then I made it snug. Now, I just want to start going over the lubrication. See here? See this white stuff? That's lithium grease. That's good stuff to use, but it leaves a crusty mark. Some people like that, some people don't. I don't, so I don't use it unless somebody requests it. Alright, so right now I'll lube the wheels, the guide for the auger. This is for your drive. This is your cable adjustment. You don't want those freezing up. I mean, if you do, it's not the end of the world. They're just a little tedious to remove. And just anywhere where you see contact. Right? Here. Basically, you know, that's it. Here, on the chute. And then remember when we modified the impeller, this assembly here, there you go, right there. This way, that way. You want to work that lube in. Make sure it's nice and tight. That's it. This machine is done. Get you back in the line right now. Alright guys, that's it. So just remember, 24 ounces of 5W30 oil. I would start with 20 and check from there. Grease the grease fittings, pulled off the wheels, 7/16, grease the wheels. If you ever need to get inside that belly pan for some reason or change the auger belt, those are 3/8 bolts, 6 of them, you have to bend the tab out. Greasing all our fittings and points right here. Remember, we have our shear pin holder here. Now, God forbid your shear pin holder is missing. What you can do, you have these blank spaces here. You could just drop a shear pin in there, and then, or you want to drill a hole. Remember, you paint the exposed metal because that'll rust, and you could drop your shear pins in there too. And this thing, and that is it. I don't know what these are carriage bolts. I don't know what would go here. Not even a light, because there's no stator off of this. If there was a stator off of this, woo, I would have put an LED on here and asked for more money. Alright guys, if you guys found this video series helpful, alright, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Later. Whoa, that was way too easy. Let's get this money.